out right now. I'm going to start warming up the body. Yes, but I also want to stretch out. I'm going to start up top because a lot of what I do is this forward motion. So I want to open up. I'm going to go big dramatic circles back with the shoulders. Open up. Loosen up around the neck. Loosen up around the shoulders. Excellent breathing. Good. Okay, lots of big breaths. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my neck stays long, my spine is stuck, my shoulders are down, and I'm gonna go for this big reach up. And as I go for this big reach up, my goal is to get my arms straight overhead, yes, and to get my biceps as close to the ear as possible. And with that, I'm getting that stretch to the back. Warming up those arms, so getting the blood flow into the upper body, stretching out the back, keeping the legs moving, getting that heart rate up. Good. Excellent job. So right now I want to keep the legs about double hip width apart. And I'm going to do a little bit of a tilt in the hip and a reach over the body. Reaching over the body now. Excellent job. Keep that going. Looking good. And in 3, 2, 1, core tight. Pop the knees up. Loosen up your hip flexors. Good job. Pull up those knees. Now the abs have to be tight because we do kind of unintentionally do a little bit of a lean back in this one. Good breathing. When we tighten up here, it automatically tightens up back here, protecting the back. Keep that going. Good. And in 3, 2, and 1. Chest up, feet hip width apart. I'm going to go into a squat. Good. So when I'm in my squat, I am focused on, yes, the warm up of these big muscles in the legs. But when I drop it down, I do want to release tension through the low back and glutes. So I am kind of taking it gently, allowing that stretch and deep breathing. Good. This morning, my 2 daughters decided to make this like an amusement park. So that was a lot of fun. And by a lot of fun, I mean a lot of cleanup. They had like every single one of their building toys, all their dinosaurs, all their little animals. It was great. So here we go. We're going to go into this modified jumping jack or regular, up to you, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I like to keep a wide step on this. I'm going to do this kickback motion. My goal here is to bring that leg back as far as I can. So I get that quad stretch, okay? I'm going to also move the arms because might as well. When the arms pull back, we're stretching, opening the chest, and we're getting that glide back, like that rowing motion to warm up the back. Good breathing. When you hear my sharp breaths, that's just to cue you. Remember to breathe. Sometimes when we do more than one thing, or we're doing a new thing, we skip out on the breathing, and we cannot do that. Good. 3, 2, 1. Wide step. Reach across. This is one of those exercises that you need to take at your own pace. If you get dizzy, you can either take it slow or just look forward and move the arms. We're getting this twisting motion, waking up the core. Stretch the back of the arm. Excellent job. Good breathing. Abs tight. I'm going to go ahead and do this kicking. So with the kicking, this is not like a kickboxing kick. This is just a little stretch out. So I'm going to just go for that extension. Again, core stays tight to protect that low back. Hands wherever you need them for balance. Stretching out that low back. I'm sorry, stretching out the hamstrings. But when we do stretch out the hamstrings, it all is affected. So it does help out the low back. And great. My feet are hip width apart. I'm gonna go squat down, and if you can, pop up on the toes. If you need to hold on to something, go for it, that's fine. I'm gonna start moving out my ankle joints as I get my squat in, still warming up the legs, stretching up tall. Move those ankles. Excellent job. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Modified or regular jumping jacks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brace yourself with balance, hip flexor. Circle out. This is about the range of motion in your hip joint. So we're going for your best range of motion. Take your time. Nice big circle. I got one more with this leg, and I'm gonna kind of switch the start position, and I do the reverse of it. Start wide, pull it in, hands out wherever helps with balance. And good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up in the core. And I'm gonna swing kick. My hands are a little bit wide to help with balance, yes. And then eventually they kind of become markers where I'm gonna try and aim to kick. Good job, get that kick across that body. Good breathing. Good, okay. I'm gonna do hands on my hips, and I'm gonna move my hips in a circle, loosening up my low back. So get that stretch, loosen up, take your time. I'm gonna switch direction of the circle. Nice big breaths. Good job. Cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a couple stagger stretches. If you need to stretch whatever you need to stretch, you can do so now. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this, my stability leg bent a bit. My straight leg is never locked down at the knee. I pop the toe up. I reach down to what is comfortable, and I continue deep breathing. Nice deep breaths. Slowly up, and we switch. Good job. And again, reaching down to what is comfortable. Stretching should not feel uncomfortable. It could feel challenging. Shouldn't hurt you though. Slowly up. We're going for the hip flexor, okay? So I'm gonna take a step forward. My feet are about hip width apart. I'm gonna drive my hip flexor forward, and the arm, the leg that's back, that same side arm can come up. Do a little bit of a pull back to get that stretch in the hip flexor all the way up to the abdomen. Good breathing. Something you can't really see, but my back heel is on the ground. If you can do it, that's great, because it's gonna go ahead and stretch out that Achilles. So slow release, switch it up, hip flexor. We take a big step forward, hip flexor down, drive it forward. Arm coming up. Good breathing. And excellent job. Okay, so the theme of today with the legs is going to be putting in different types of deadlifts. So we're talking through a deadlift. They're not scary. They sound scary, but they're not. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to need dumbbells for this. And again, dumbbells always optional. You don't have to use a dumbbell, but if you have them, go ahead and grab them now. And let's talk through a deadlift. So we're going to do a 2-leg on the ground deadlift. So it's going to happen here. So I have both legs down, and I'm going to put a little bend in my knee. And I'm going to show you side view. Okay. So my knees are just a teeny bit bent. Okay. And what's going to happen is I need to make sure I never round my spine, but I tip at the hip. That's very important. I'm going to place my weight out in front of my body, and I'm going to go ahead and tip at the hip. I'm gonna keep that bend in the knees, and I'm gonna get down to like where my back is straight, okay? I'm gonna come all the way up to neutral spine. So let's talk through it. Do a few more with me, and we're talking through it. So in this low phase, when we come up against gravity, we wanna push the body weight down through the heel. We wanna come all the way up to neutral. So feel that. When we come down, transfer the body weight through the heel, coming up. So what's happening when we transfer the body weight through the heel is you're getting that stretch and strengthen of that back muscle, feeling the hamstring, the glute, the low back. And again, when we come up to the top, you need to make sure you're all the way at neutral spine. You don't want to have any funky overbend in the low back, okay? So we'll make sure we're neutral and we're back down. Now we're gonna add some stuff to this. So let's go ahead and just do one more, and then we're gonna add two. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and do one deadlift, and then we're gonna go into a bicep curl on the up, and I'll take it with you nice and slow, and then we're gonna go down to a squat and then press up overhead. So let's go ahead and try it out. Deadlift first. Knees bent, tilt hip, deadlift all the way down, transfer through the heel, coming up, neutral spine, coming up to a bicep curl, sink down, deep squat if you can, extension up, and then I wanna go hands back down, trace it down actually to the bicep curl. And then knees bent, tip it down, coming up, arms bent, sink down, press up, arms bend, back down. Bend the knees, tip that hip, coming down, deadlift. Let's talk one more thing about that deadlift that I didn't mention before. You're only going down as far as your flexibility and strength allow, okay? So some of us are very strong, but our flexibility is holding us back. That's okay, because this is gonna help your flexibility. So what you need to do is just the best you can do today, okay? So maybe that's mid-calf, because your focus needs to be on your low back. There's no bend in the low back. Hear me on that, okay? So keep that spine straight, straight, straight. Coming back up. Good. Sink it down. Big squat. We have a couple more. Sink, sink down. Deadlift. Back straight. That's your focus. Good. Shh. I know this is a leg strengthening one. It does reach up to the low back, and just because we don't want it to hurt your low back, we want to strengthen it. I do need you to focus in on that low back. So again, tip of that hip, back stays straight, knees are a little bent, nice deadlift, sink down, deep squat, press. And last one, deadlift down, back is straight all the way through, tipping from that hip to come up and down. And great. Okay, so now I need to set the dumbbells off to the side where I'm not going to trip on them, because we're going to add a little bit of plyo to put in here. So plyometric is power movement. It's our power movement. We're going to bring up the cardio with it, and we're going to push the muscles in a new way. So right off the bat, if you don't feel comfortable doing a jump, I need you to pretty aggressively fast go into these side squats, side to side. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump and do like a quarter turn, jump back, quarter turn, come back. Now hear me on this. If you tend to get dizzy, you're just gonna go to one side, and then on the next time, go the other side, because that quick quarter turns could make you really dizzy. Okay, so find where you're at. Maybe it's that squat, or maybe it's this jump. Where you at? Let's go. Good. Good breathing. And in 10, get down low on those squats if you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I gotta finish this whole one out, and 1. Whew, walk that out. Grab yourself a sip of water, recover the breath, okay? Breathing, quick sip, come back with dumbbells. Okay, water, recovery, take your time. On this next move, we keep with that same idea of a deadlift, but I'm gonna start doing single leg. Single leg's not for everyone, and I'll show you some modifications, okay? So what I'm gonna do here, I'll take it side view so you can see what's happening. Why don't we start with our right leg? I'm gonna go lunge forward, and this lunge forward, watch me really quick. My knee is not pushing beyond the line of my toe. I wanna sink down where the knee is about midfoot to our heel. And then I push out with the front leg, bring it back, and then the leg that just stepped out now plants, and the back toe lifts up, and I go reach down, deadlift. I'm gonna go step, plant it, deadlift with the same leg, step, plant it, deadlift with the same leg. Now, you could keep on going if you want. I'm gonna show modification, okay? So I would go step, lunge, both knees bent, 2-leg deadlift. Step, both legs. Got it? I'll do one more, and I'm gonna go back to the single leg. And I'm back to single leg. Single leg deadlift. Step, lunge, press out, deadlift, single leg. Now on that single leg deadlift, very similar to where we have the 2 legs, we tip of that hip, that spine stays straight. I am gonna kick up that back leg. Maybe for you it's easier to have it on the ground a little bit. You can keep the toe down, or you can keep the knee bent. You do what you can do. Good. We'll do a few more of these. Tire out that leg a bit. Excellent job. And 3, 2, and 1. I gotta do that tip though. And great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set down the weight. Oh, out of the way, so I'm not gonna trip on it, same as before. Plyometric movement. Okay, first plyo movement we did was that quarter jump. I'm gonna go to a half jump now. You never have to jump, remember? You could give me some moving fast. You could even almost like pop it into the like a teeny bit of a lift up from the ground, squatting side to side, but you wanna get that heart rate up, okay? So I am gonna stay on just moving to, I'll do my right side, okay? So I'll just do moving to my right, okay? So on this one, I do apologize. I was not your mirror image, so I am gonna stay to what will look like your left, but you go to your right, okay? So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna come down deep into a squat, and I'm gonna power all the way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and come all the way back. And I'm gonna stay going the same side so I don't get dizzy. On the next round, I'll do the other side. If that 180 jump is too much, you could take it to quarters, okay? Okay, what can you do? Getting ready, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. If you need to recover a little bit, grab some water, grab a sip, come back with both weights. We're moving to upper body. Dumbbells, standing. I am gonna sneak in a sip though. Okay, Did my plyometric. I'm recovering, deep breathing. Make sure you're pretty well recovered before moving on, because this stuff's gonna get your heart rate up too, even though it's upper body. My core is tight. I'm gonna go ahead and start with an L shape raise, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do one goes lateral, one goes in front. Looks like the shape of an L, back to the hip, and we switch. We do 8 of these. Good breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we start to add some stuff. Make it a little bit harder. My knees need to stay bent so that I'm not like finding extra help through the low back and overextending low back. So keep the knees bent, I keep the core tight. Shoulders are back and down. I'm gonna lift my arm out. I'm gonna hold for like 1, 2. I'm gonna set down. I'm gonna add something to that in a second, but this is a good start. If you need to, you bend the elbows. You come up to what you can with the elbows bent. Got it? And if all this is just too much for the shoulder, please go no weight at all. Less reps, modify how you can. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and open up. I'm gonna add something to it. You don't have to. I'm gonna come into my chest, back open, set down. And again, core tight, knees bent. Good. Good breathing. Do what you can do. Do what you can do. 5 more. And in 5. Good job. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders back and down. Good breathing. Excellent job. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go palms up on this next one. Palms up on the next one. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna take I'll do mirror image with you, your right leg forward, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of come down so my back is straight, and I'm in this little bit of a lunge. And again, I tip at the hip, the back stays straight. Now my palms are up, and I'm gonna kind of bend the elbow, crisscross, and go wide. And then I switch, underneath arm is now on top. Good, so I go crisscross switch, open wide, X, open, X, open. Good, keep that going. Good, and in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember what leg was for. It's probably your right. Okay, shoulders back and down, grab a couple breaths. Excellent. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start you with just a normal bicep curl. This would be like level 1. Level 2 could take you at lifting up, extension, down, down. So bicep, and then a lift, down and down. Now I'm gonna take it a little bit harder. Again, core tight, knees soft. And I'm gonna pick my arms up. So now I put them on this invisible like countertop, and they're straight out from my shoulders. And I'm gonna go extension out, little lift, extension back in. So it's like a bicep curl from a lift. And I throw in a little lift with the arms extended, which you don't have to do because it is hard enough. Good, and 8. 7, and again, knees are bent, so we're not overextending through the low back. 6, good breathing. 5, core tight, core tight. 4, 3, 2, and finish here. And 1. Whew. Arms should be nice and tired after that one. I'm gonna stretch my neck out, shoulders back and down. Excellent job. So now I'm gonna go ahead and place my palms right in front of my thighs. I'm gonna do palm up. I'm gonna go around the world on this one. I'm gonna Try and reach up to straight overhead and back down. Now, maybe for you, right here is where you're at today, and that's good. You do overhead press. You could do a hammer curl. You can modify. You could do no weight at all and just go for range of motion with the shoulder joint, opening up the shoulder joint. So we're doing like an open shoulder joint, stretching that, yes, but also strengthening it at the same time with the weight in the hand. The knees are soft, the core has to be tight. This one's pretty difficult. Keep it going. Good breathing. Let's do 5 more. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull out my mat. I'm gonna set my weights down. I don't need them right now. We're gonna go a little more exclusive with the core. Have my mat out. And plant just died. There we go. Have the mat out, pull it out. Excellent stuff. We're gonna go ahead and lay down on the back to begin. So I'm gonna lay down on my back. Excellent job. So right now, I'm gonna start you off with very beginner, was just gonna be tight for 3, 2, 1, relax. Next stage is gonna put you at, have the fingertips behind the ears, not lacing. You crunch up. We want it to come from the low abdomen, starting the muscle contraction, pushing down, and then it's gonna push down so much so that we're able to lift up our upper body. We're not pressing up through the upper body. And I'm gonna go ahead and crunch side to side. And again, it's coming from a low abdomen contraction, okay? Side to side. Now, if you can, you probably have a little bit more extension than I do, and that's great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my hands in front, and again, this is kind of an if you can. I'm gonna go punch, punch, lower, down. Punch, punch, lower, down. Crunch up, punch, punch, down. Crunch, punch, punch, and I'm leading with the right arm, and I'll switch that up in a second. If this is too much on the neck, but you wanna add in the punching, you could take it to one hand at a time. Crunch, hold, extension, extension, back down, okay? Now I'm gonna lead left. Crunch, left, right. Crunch, left, right. Crunch, left, right. Good. Keep that going. Good job, good job. Couple more. And I have one more. And great. Awesome. I can lay down my head, relax that neck, relax the spine. I'm going to take my hands, they're either going to frame my body or they're going to slide underneath low back, high butt. And I'm going to go ahead and go onto the tippy toes, and I'm going to alternate. One knee in, one knee in. Okay, that's where you would start. You want to make it hard. You pretend those feet are heavy. They're coming out of cement that's hardening up, and you really have to contract the abdomen to pull it in. Now, if you can, you're going to go ahead and extend out instead. Extend out. Have the legs tabletop. Extend. Extend. And when I'm extending, I'm straightening that leg to be almost about like, what, 6 inches from the ground, something like that. And then I'm going to pull it back in. Good. And I want to keep that going. Now, you want to make this one harder? You can. We're going to go into almost like a bicycle motion. And I'm going to be really exaggerative with those legs, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and extend straight up, lower, down, straight. Get it down low and straight, almost like 6 inches from the ground before pulling it back in. And good. Find which one you can do. Do it now. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to go into a plank. If you have shoulder problems and a plank is not for you, yes, you could always try it from your knees, and that's fine. Or you could simply just load up small crunches and pulses, okay? Get the ab work that way. If you can, we're going to flip over, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start on my knees to show you. I could do body as box. I could walk the knees back. I could go onto the toes. Up to you. I'm gonna start with the right arm going down to the forearm, left arm going down to the forearm, right arm picks up, down, down, up, up. I will pop up to my toes. Up to you though. Core tight, let's go. Down, down, pop it. Good. And in 5, 4, core tight, core tight. Tighten up through the abdomen. Try your best not to like shake the hips too much. And I need to start leading with the left. Left down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic job. I'm just gonna shake out my shoulders after that bit. You can grab yourself a sip of water, get ready to move back into legs. So you're gonna wanna make some room and move that mat out of the way. Grab some water, let the water get down, warm the breathing, getting ready. Grab my dumbbells. Okay, so now we're gonna be able to move through this a lot faster than before. My feet are about hip width apart, my knees have a little bend, my back has to stay straight. That's the most important part. Okay, so give me about 5 deadlifts before we start adding in that squat in there, because I wanna make sure you have your positioning and your back mostly correct. Okay, so let's go ahead. Ready, tip down in control to what you feel comfortable. Pull it back up, neutral spine. And again, I'm gonna tip down with control, pull it back up, neutral spine. As I do this again, body weight's being pushed down when we come to the up. We're in the low phase, we're transitioning to up. We're pushing down through our heel, and we feel that stretch and strengthen. Awesome, I'm gonna go ahead, so now I'm gonna add my bicep curl in, sink down, squat, extension overhead, trace that bicep back down, and I'm gonna go bent knee and back down. Good, so I wanna make sure I have awesome deadlifts, and mostly an awesome deadlift is keeping that back straight. I have my knees bent a bit on this. Good. My knees are bent a bit. I tip at that hip, that spine stays straight. You may feel a little fatigue in the low back, and that is completely common when we do this many deadlifts. We are working the back. So we're giving that low back a little extra today. And there's muscle there, okay? Doesn't mean that you're gonna be injured. It just means that we're strengthening that muscle when you feel it. Good. Keep that going. Sink down, deadlift. Pick it up. Now on your deadlift again, it relates a lot to your flexibility. So with keeping that back straight and being able to tip in that hip, what can you control? Maybe it's only your knee. Maybe it's only mid-calf. Maybe you can get down pretty low. Do what you can do. And in 5. Good breathing. 4. 3. Knees are bent, back is straight. 2. And 1. Cool. I set the weights out of the way. I'm not gonna trip on them, okay? Out of the way. Not gonna trip on them. I'm doing my quarter jumps, but you never have to jump. You can do nice little squats. You can keep them deep, moving side to side, but we wanna get that heart rate up, okay? So I'm gonna go quarter jump. And if you get dizzy and you only did one side last time, you're gonna do the other side now in the quarter jump. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Work your breathing, recover, good job. Whew. Grab a sip of water. After you grab water, continue breathing, stretch if you need to. Grab your dumbbells and get ready. Working my breathing. Last time, I think you did your right leg. I don't know because I can't see too much. So now you're gonna wanna do your left leg, okay? So what's gonna happen here is, and since we're kind of recovering still, let me show the modification first. I'm gonna go lunge, both knees, a little bent, back straight, deadlift. Now, if you can, it's a big step, lunge, and then I plant the leg, and now I'm gonna kick up and go ahead and go deadlift. The leg that was just down straight, step forward, reach down, single leg deadlift. Now when you do a single leg deadlift, again, most important part is keeping the low back straight. I am gonna lift the bottom leg. You can bend the knee if you need to. I'm gonna try to keep mine straight. And I wanna anchor through the heel and feel that stretch and strengthen coming through the hamstring, yes, the glutes, and the low back. We keep this going. When I step forward in that lunge, I power out through the front leg. I like all the imbalance in this because this is where we need to practice working in imbalance, okay? In a safe environment, not where we're gonna like get injured. So we take our time, we're aware of what's happening. Good job. And in 5, good job, good job. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I set my dumbbells out of the way. I'm not gonna trip on them. They are out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going back to that plyometric move where I did not just a quarter jump, I tried to do a whole 180, so the whole to the back. You never have to jump. Feel free to fill in with any cardio you like. You can do the squat side to sides with some action, get that heart rate up. You can do quarter jump. Because of dizziness, I only did on my 180 one side last time. So now I'm doing the opposite side. And remember, I wasn't your mirror image, okay? So do your left side possibly, because I'm gonna do my left. Getting ready, I'm gonna squat, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, that's 1. Woo-hoo. Grab your breath. Make sure you're breathing good. Sip of water if you want to sneak it in. We're going upper body. Grab your weights. And work my breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out. Letting the water get down. I know I have like shaky legs going, that's just kind of keep the body warm after doing something so intense. Good. Once you feel recovered, we can go ahead, push the shoulders back and down, L shape on the lift. Go in L's. And in 8, 7, core tight. 6, don't shake your hips from side to side. 5, lock it up. 4, 3, almost. 2, and 1. Good. Shoulders back and down. Good breathing. Good. So now on that last one, you probably already went arm out, hold, and then step back down. We're going to change that up just a little bit. I'm going to open up, so now my palm is facing you and the thumb is going to lead on the up. Modification for this one is going to take me to having like bent elbows. It kind of looks a little like a half hug, okay? Again, you could also do no weight at all or less reps to modify. So I'm going to come up, hold, 1, 2, step back down. And because I don't want to find any added strength through the low back, I want to keep a little bend in the knees and tight core, so I'm not overextending the low back when things get hard. Good breathing. 1, 2. Now I'm going to add something extra here. You do not have to. If you want to join me, we're going for arms in. Ready? Arms under, over, open, set down, up. Arms under, over, open, set down. So what's happening here is I want you to flex your chest. Okay? Whew, heavy. You might need to do lighter weight, you might do no weight at all. It's up to you. If you're doing no weight at all, I recommend going fast with the arms just over under for the chest effect. Okay? So that's again, if you're doing no weight. Open. Good job. Do that crisscross and set it down. I'm gonna do 4 more. 4. Core tight, knees bent. Good breathing. 3. Whoo. 2. And I finish with 1. And great. Okay, I'm just gonna stretch out after that. Shoulders back and down. Excellent job. Okay, so last time I did bicep curls, and I'm gonna start you simple. We start here. You start at a bicep curl. Normal curl. If you wanna work your way up, yes, we're gonna get harder. Your next one would be coming up, shoot it up, down, down. And I'm gonna pull out that ledge again, okay? Core tight, knees a little bent. And I'm gonna put my arms up on that invisible ledge. I'm gonna go ahead and curl in. 1, 2, straight down, straight up. 1, 2, straight down, straight up. 1, 2, straight down. And again, you could stay at a normal bicep curl. You don't have to do this. You could also do no weight at all, lighter weights. Whatever you need to do to get through. We keep moving because we are almost done today. Good job. Feeling that tricep, feeling that bicep, feeling that shoulder, feeling that back. Whew. Good job. Keep it going, keep it going. And in 5. Core tight, knees bent. 4. Almost there, almost there. Finishing strong. 3. Woo. 2, we got that ledge up. Keep those elbows up. Here's last one. Woo. And 1. Great. I'm just gonna shake that out. Shoulders back and down. Stretch out that neck. Excellent job. Take a breath. Give yourself another breath of recovery. Last time we did around the world and I had the arms palms up. This time, I'm just gonna start you with elbows bent and down. You kind of look like a W, and we're gonna go all the way up to straight, all the way back down to that W, okay? Knees bent, core tight, good. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Fantastic. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and stick my left leg forward, and I'm gonna bend that knee, and I'm in the slight bit of a lunge, okay? Remember that weird, we make an X, we pull our arms in tight, and then we open up, palms are up? We're gonna do that one, but we have to do the other side with the legs. So last time you might have had your right leg forward, now you have your left leg. I cross it in, I open, and I squeeze that back. My back stays straight, all the way through the spine, which is part of your neck. So make sure your neck, yes, you may look at me, and then get your neck down after looking at me. Put it back in alignment with the rest of your spine. And in 10, squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, almost, 4, close, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead now, set down the weight, shake out those arms if you need to, pull out your mat. We have a little bit of core stuff to do, and then we move into stretching. We're almost done. If you need sneak in water, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna lay down on my back. For the sake of time, I'm gonna continue with what we had going before, so I don't introduce anything new. And again, that could be a crunch side to side. Good breathing. Finding your crunch from the low abdomen tight. Okay, now, you could also pull the arms into a punch. I'm gonna crunch up, hold, and again, you might be able to get up a little higher than me. My hands are up, and I go right punch, left punch, set down. I might want to do hands at head if my neck's a little tender. Hold it with one arm at the neck. Set down, okay? Do what you can do. Let's go. Right, left, down. Up, 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 right, left, down. Up. And now I switch to left arm. Ready? Let's go. Left, right. Up, 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 left, right. And I have one more. And great job. Rest your neck all the way down, rest that spine, hands down, frame the body, or you could slide them underneath, low back, high butt. Okay, and just kind of make like a loose looking diamond to protect that spine. Okay, now from here, we're gonna go tippy toes down. You could start with one knee in, but you wanna make this one count. So you pretend that is a heavy foot, and you're gonna contract the low abdomen every time it comes up. If this is a little bit easy for you, you can go ahead and start taking it to legs at tabletop, extension, extension, kicking out low. If you want to take this one farther, you can extend straight up, kick it down to being almost like 6 inches from the ground, and then bring it back in and go into this exaggerated bicycle. Good breathing, core tight. Awesome. Keep that going. Get your bicycle going. Strong core, strong abs. I'm going to get that leg straight if I can. I'm going to get it as close to the ground as I can. And I'm going to keep that going. And in 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and I flip over for a plank. If a plank's not in the wheelhouse for you with any shoulder problems, feel free to go load up in crunches, do knee lifts, do what you can do, okay? I'm gonna flip it on over. And again, I can be on my knees or I can be on my toes. I'm gonna lead with the right arm to begin, and then I will go left arm. I go form, form, up, up. I'm gonna switch to my left arm. Form, form, up, up. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep it nice and tight. Good job. And great. I'm gonna flip over onto my back. I am ready to start stretching. I'm gonna extend my legs out. I'm gonna go hands overhead, long body, long spine. I reach over my body as far as I can. I get those arms as close to my biceps as I can. So they're straight out, overhead, deep breathing. The natural curvature of your spine should mean that your fingers should be able to slide underneath a little bit. That's normal. Stretching abdomen, low back, arms. Take a deep breath in. Release it, hug your knees. Awesome. So my knees are now, I'm hugging them in tight on that first one, kind of getting that rounding of the low back. And I'm going to loosen up that grip, and I'm going to draw circles with my knees. And with these circles, I feel my low back tracing that mat in this oval shape and loosening up. Switch direction of the circle. Good job. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open my arms wide, knees are bent, and I drop the legs side to side. Good. And now from here, I'm going to extend my legs out. I'm going to square them up to my shoulders, make sure I'm not offset. And I'm going to kick one leg over. And I switch that up, and I kick the other leg over. Good. So now from here, my knees can be bent or straight. I can grab a stretching strap if I need it. I'm going to hand one leg off to the hands, and I'm going to get the stretch through the back of the leg, okay? And I'm going to just put the other leg down, but you don't have to. Again, you can keep it bent. It will help out a bit. So here I am, straight leg. Take some deep breaths here. Get that stretch of the hamstring. I'm not locking out the knee. Now I'm going to point the toe down. Okay, so the toe is pointing to the face. And now I'm starting to get more of this calf complex. Unless you're really tight in your hamstring, you may just feel it there. So deep breathing. Feel that stretch. Point the toe up. Good job. Feeling that around the shin, you have this muscle, we feel that into the foot. Now I'm going to go ahead and loosen up and do range of motion for the ankle joint. So I'm going big old circles. So these are not little tiny circles. I want to go for good range of motion. So I'm trying to go as big as I can. Switch direction of your circle. Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to go opposite arm, grabs my leg, same side arm down to the ground, diagonal across with the leg, and point the toe back to the face. Breathe. And release that. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to square my hips up to my shoulders. And I keep the knee bent or straight. I'm going to kick my leg up. I use a stretching strap or my hands. Feeling that stretch through that hamstring. I'm going to extend the bottom leg. I'm going to point my toe down. Good breathing. Toe up. Circle for the ankle joint, make them pretty. Big circles. Switch direction of your circle. Move that ankle, big range of motion. Opposite arm grabs that, same side arm down to the ground. Bring that leg diagonal, try to keep that hip down, point the toe back to the face and breathe. Feeling that stretch along the outside of the leg. And release. I'm going to go ahead and bring my ankle onto my thigh. I can sit up too, or I can hug it in, okay? It's up to you. I'll choose hugging in. Give yourself a nice deep breath. And release. Switch legs. Ankle to the thigh, sit up to it, or hug it in. And breathe. And relax that. Good, so now from here, I'm gonna pick my body up. I'm gonna extend my legs out. And I'm going to reach for my calves, my ankles, my feet, whatever I can reach for. Good, I don't wanna overextend the reach. I want this to be, again, not hurting the body, but yes, maybe challenging, okay? So I feel the stretch of the back of the legs and the low back. From here, I'm gonna release that. I'm gonna go soles of the feet together. I'm gonna tip at the hip. Getting that stretch in the inner thigh. You could take this one step farther. You do not have to though, and you could extend the legs out. Your legs can go wide. You could walk the hands out, put a little bend in the elbow. You don't have to do any of this. You could stay where we were. You could reach from side to side. And from here, we're gonna go onto the stomach side being down. So stomach side down, you can reach up through the palm and get a nice big stretch through the low back and abdomen, or you can reach up through the forearms like I'm showing. And then from here, you just don't want the neck to get like swallowed up in the shoulder line. So I wanna make sure my neck is still long. Sometimes I do kind of stretch it out to make sure it's not getting swallowed up. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and push back into my child's pose, which is gonna be setting those glutes back on those heels, walk those arms out, and I wanna melt down. That's the cue. That we wanna release tension in the low back and glutes, release tension in the arms, get that nice stretch to that spine, and slowly up to all four core. So here I am on all fours, and I'm gonna go ahead and step forward with one leg, drive that back hip flexor forward. And with my back hip flexor forward, I can add to this. I don't have to, but I could either lift the arm of the back leg or reach back like I'm showing here. And again, if it's challenging enough, please stay where you were. Continue to breathe. And release. And I'm gonna switch the legs up, all four core. Step it on forward, drive that hip flexor forward. Feel free to modify, but the modification makes it harder. Deep breathing. And slow release. From here, I'm gonna take my time standing up. Moving my mat out of the way so I'm not gonna trip on it. I come up nice and slow and the shoulders are back and down. Good. So with my shoulders back and down, I'm gonna shoot one arm up. My other hand is gonna reach for my ankle and I go deep breath. And I wanna switch it up. Shoot that hand up. Reaching on down, deep breath. Excellent job. Coming up, shoulders are back and down. I'm gonna go ahead and cross one arm. Nice deep breath. Switch the arm up, cross it. Nice deep breath. Elbows up. Release and switch. Elbows up. Shoulders back and down. Fantastic. Okay, so this next one, a little bit hard. I'm gonna go ahead and do fingertips to the ears, elbows pull back. I'm in spinal extension, okay? So my spine is in this crescent. I open up the chest, the elbows go back. I extend the arms, the thumb goes back. I open up my chest. Now I wanna right my spine and go spinal flexion. So I'm gonna hug in, round forward, and drop slowly. Breathe. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll up my spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to the top. When I get to the top, I'm gonna go ahead and go shoulders back and down, shoulders back and down. And then I'm gonna place my chin down on my chest. And I'm gonna gently do the semicircle, chin down, shoulder to shoulder, deep breathing. Great. Now I'm gonna go ahead and look forward, and I go a little slack jaw and I look over as far as I can. Other shoulder, look over the shoulder as far as you can. Back to neutral, and then a little slack jaw and look up. Slowly back down to neutral. Awesome job, you did it. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope